We'll guide you through how to stage, commit, and push from VS Code to Git and GitHub. If you find this useful, then consider subscribing and liking the video. Now we're handing over the video to Pauser, who's going to continue with the guide.
By the end of this tutorial, you will know exactly how to take a change that you have made in your code, save it properly with Git, and get it safely uploaded to GitHub step by step with no confusion. If you find this useful, then please consider subscribing and liking the video. Let's begin by clarifying something important. Git and GitHub are not the same thing. Git is a version control system that runs on your own computer, and its job is to track every change that you make in your project. So you always have a history of what was changed, when, and why. If something breaks, you can just go back to the earlier version. So GitHub, on the other hand, is an online platform that stores your Git project in the cloud. Git is the tool that records your changes, and GitHub is a place where recorded changes are stored and shared. In short, Git tracks changes locally and GitHub hosts those changes online. Now with that established, let's open up VS Code. So just go to your Windows search bar and search for VS Code and open your VS Code. So now the first step is to confirm that Git is installed on your computer, since everything else in this video depends on it. So just go ahead and click on the terminal at the top and choose to open a new terminal. And now here just go ahead and click on trust folder and continue. Or if your folder is not opened, in my case you can see it is already opened, so I'm just gonna open a new folder. So I'll just go ahead and click on open folder and then create a new folder and leave the name as new folder and choose to select folder. And now we will be inside the folder. So after that, just go to the terminal and choose a new terminal and choose trust folder and continue. And after that, in the terminal, just go ahead and type git space double hyphen and version and hit enter. Now if Git is installed correctly, a version number will appear confirming that Git is ready to use. With that confirmed, but if you don't have Git installed, just go ahead and open any browser to your liking, and in the search bar, just go ahead and search for Git and hit enter. So go to the official website, and here you will see install for your operating system. Just go ahead and install, and your setup exe file will be downloaded. Just run the setup wizard and click on next until you get the install button and choose to install. And that's basically it for installing Git. It is pretty simple. Now for this tutorial, we are going to be using this particular folder. So if you want to rename your folder, make sure you close VS Code completely and then navigate to the folder where you have your folder. So I'm just gonna select my folder and choose to rename and name it something like git-workspace. After that, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit enter. Now just go ahead and open your VS Code once again, and once the VS Code is open, just go to the file at the top and choose to open folder and navigate to the folder where you have your folder. After that, go inside your folder and choose to select folder. Now you will see the folder appear in the Explorer tab at the left hand side. This folder is now the project we will use for the rest of this video. Now with our folder open in VS Code, the next step is to tell Git to start tracking it, a process also known as initializing a repository. On our left hand sidebar, just go ahead and click on the source control panel, which is represented by 3 connected dot or branch icon. So just go ahead and click on it and just go ahead and click on manage workspace trust and click on trust. After that, you can just go ahead and close this window. Now you will see a button labeled as initialize repository. Just go ahead and click it, and after a few moments, this interface updates to show a proper source control, confirming that Git is now actively tracking this folder. Behind the scene, Git creates a hidden folder inside your project, which is called .git, which stores all your history and tracking information for this project. This folder does not need to be accessed directly. Git manages it automatically with the repository initialized. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and verify it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and go to Explorer and just click on the plus icon to create a new file, and I'm going to name it to intro.py. After that, just go ahead and hit enter. Now inside this file, I'm just gonna go ahead and write one line of code, which is going to be print bracket double quotation and welcome to GuideRealm. And after writing the code, just go ahead and press Ctrl and S key on your keyboard, or you can also go to the file at the top left and choose to save. And once that it is saved, let's go to the source control panel. So I'm just go ahead and click on it, and now you can see the source control panel is showing a number indicating that Git has detected change in the project. This is the key concept worth explaining closely. Git continuously monitors your project folder. Whenever a file is created, modified, or deleted, Git records it as a change. In the source control panel, intro.py now appears under a section indicating that the file is new or modified, but the changes has not been yet permanently saved. At this stage, nothing is final. Change cannot be discarded entirely. To save it permanently into the Git history, two steps are required: staging and then committing. Let's look at staging first. Staging determines exactly what changes are included in the next commit. Consider a scenario where multiple changes have been made across a project, perhaps fixing a bug in one file, a new feature in another, an unfinished file that is not ready to be saved yet. Staging allows specific changes to be selected for the next commit, while leaving others untouched for the time being. In the effect, staging acts as the holding area. Changes remain there until they are ready to be permanently recorded through a commit. With only one file in this example, the process will appear straightforward, but later in this video, a demonstration with multiple files will show staging full value. So return to the source control panel and hover over the intro.py file. So basically under intro.py, when you hover over it, you will see a small plus icon which is also labeled as stage changes. Just click on this particular plus icon and now you will see it is now moved to stage changes, confirming the file is staged and ready to be committed. For committing, it is worth defining what a commit actually is. A commit is a saved checkpoint in the project history. Each commit captures a permanent snapshot of the project at the exact moment, along with a message describing the changes. This history allows you to review past changes or return to an earlier checkpoint if needed. This is what makes Git such a reliable way to track progress over time. Now let's commit the stage change. At the top of the source control panel, a message box is available. Git requires a short message describing the purpose of the commit. This becomes especially valuable in larger projects with extensive commit history, where this message provides essential context. So just go ahead and type the following. So in my case, I'm just gonna go ahead and type something like initial commit -added intro.py. After you have entered your text, just go ahead and click on commit. Now this change is now permanently saved within Git history on your computer. At this point, the commit exists only locally. It is not visible to anyone else and has no backup. To address that, we will connect this project to GitHub. In the source control panel, you will see an option which is also labeled as publish branch, and now just go ahead and click on it. VS Code will prompt a GitHub sign in, opening a browser window. Click authorize Visual Studio Code to proceed. So a small pop-up may appear asking to open VS Code. Just go ahead and click on open. With sign in complete, let's publish the project. So VS Code will ask you whether the repository should be public or private. For most personal project, selecting publish as private is recommended unless the code is intended to be publicly visible. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with publish to GitHub private repository, and now you will see it is publishing the files to GitHub. So you can also click on open on GitHub, and now you will see under Git workspace intro.py has been successfully added. So if I open my file, you can see print welcome to GuideRealm has been successfully added, which confirms that the local commit has become permanent backed up copy in the cloud. So with the project connected to GitHub, so this time let's repeat the workflow. So let's go ahead and go to VS Code, and this time let's include a step that has not been yet covered, which is pushing. So back in the VS Code, open the intro.py file by going to Explorer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and update my code to something like learning Git with GuideRealm instead of welcome to GuideRealm. After that, just go ahead and press Ctrl and S key on your keyboard. And just as before, in the source control panel, you will see pending changes. So just go ahead and click on that. So basically stage this change by clicking on the plus icon next to the intro.py, just like so. And after that, enter a clear commit message. So you can just go ahead and type something like updated print message, and then just go ahead and click on commit. After that, you can just go ahead and choose to sync changes, and if a pop-up appears, just go ahead and click on OK, and now just wait for it to finish synchronizing the changes. And now let's go to GitHub to verify the changes. So here, when I reload the page, you can see we have successfully updated our code. This confirms that the push was successful and the GitHub repository is fully up to date. Now, to reinforce how staging works, let's walk through another example using two files to clearly illustrate the distinction between staged and unstaged changes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to VS Code and go to Explorer and create a new file. So I'm gonna call my file like extra.py and then hit enter. So leave it empty for now and just go ahead and press Ctrl S on your keyboard and basically return to the intro.py file, and let's add another line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add another line, and now you can see I have successfully written my another line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press Ctrl S to save. The source control panel will now display two changes, intro.py and extra.py. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it, and now you can see under changes there are two changes, right? So this is where staging becomes particularly useful. Suppose only the new extra py file should be saved at this point, while the change inside the intro py is not ready to be committed yet. Hover over the extras.py and click on plus icon to stage only that file. Intro.py remains unaffected, still listed under unstaged or changes. So just go ahead and write a commit message like added extras.py file. After that, just go ahead and click on commit. So now back in the GitHub, you can see we have added extras.py file, and in the intro.py, the second change has not been yet where we added another line. And that's basically it. You now have a clear understanding of how to stage changes, commit them with a descriptive message, push them to GitHub, all within from VS Code.